Our boy Travis Hartman, our boxing analyst,
Brother, nailed it.
Nailed it again.
Yes.
Ryan Garcia, friend of the PBD podcast, goes out there, beats Barrios, dominating fashion.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the fight, but I was reading some of the reviews. Ryan Garcia looked great, looked awesome. And our boy Travis Hartman predicted it. So he is now undefeated and giving us predictions here on the show.
Yeah, shout out to Travis. Barrios and Garcia got after it, and Garcia dropped him quick from what I understand. This is the first time in the last few years that I did. What I loved about it is that was. Garcia hadn't even broken a sweat yet.
Yeah.
And he was kind of, by his standards, kind of tame and quiet going in.
Yeah.
So I think it was like the first time maybe he realized the importance of what this fight, represented. And I don't know, man. It seemed like there was more to him just, I don't know, man. There was something going on with Ryan Garcia for a while. I mean,
yes,
I don't know for sure,
time.
but I mean, I've been around people who have had stuff going on, and it seemed like he had something going on more than just,
Yeah.
Again, it didn't seem like that.
To your point, I don't know. And I asked Travis Hartman about this. I said, do you trust Ryan Garcia?
Right.
And he's like, I don't know. I think the boxing world and media in general, I think that's why the fight kind of flew under the radar. Like, you didn't see a lot of pre-game hype, pre-boxing match hype. You didn't see a lot of press. You didn't see, maybe even his own team didn't trust him. Said, let's just go out and get a win first. We'll worry about promoting yourself later, but let's make sure you get a big win first.
I feel like I can almost tell the difference between a guy trying to sell a fight and a guy really going through something.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like the last few fights, I thought Ryan Garcia was was trying to hype the fight. Like, I don't think he was trying to promote the fight. I thought he was really going through stuff.
Right.
So whatever it is, whoever's in his circle, whatever changes he made to try to get himself back on track and make boxing the focal point of what he's doing, because that's why we know Ryan Garcia.
Yep.
And he's had so much talent. He's still young enough to really make something of himself in the sport. So I hope this isn't the first thing. I hope getting a little gold around his waist sort of locked him in. Maybe you realize, that winning is a sweet taste, man. You've done it.
Yeah.
You get it. It's like it's addictive to certain people. So let's hope he's locked back in and he understands that if I do things the right way, just let my boxing do the talking, maybe I can do this for a lot longer.
I mentioned him being quiet before the fight. After the fight, though, not so much, calling out his next match.
Yes, he did.
As you look at your next fight, what do you want it to be?
You know who I want. He's right there. Shakur Stevenson. Let's go. Let's run that. Hey, I want to be a great champion, and I'm not scared of I fought Devin Haney. I'll fight Shakur Stevenson. I'll fight anybody. Let's go.
There you go.
That sounds like a competitor, though. That doesn't sound like a crazy person.
Right.
So I'm comfortable with that.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we get that fight lined up.
And just while we're on the topic, there it is. That's where we're going, man.
All right. So I am not getting suckered into this again. I don't want to see a couple 40 old somethings.
You're not going to. You're probably going to see 50-year-olds.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is Manny 50 yet? I mean, they got to be getting close.
I mean, dude.
I don't know. This does nothing for me. I got looped into the first one. I've been looped into versus Conor McGregor. Like, these to me are money makers. Yeah. And nobody's better at making money than the moneymaker himself, Floyd Mayweather. And I'm not going to be duped into wasting time to watch it. Are you like excited about this?
Well, first and foremost, I thought the first one happened like 5 years too late.
Right.
Somehow, I don't know, something about the crossover of Mayweather-McGregor, I was all in on, man. I loved how they both sold the fight. This one here, I'm not as excited about. Although, done right, does this count as a professional fight? Because the idea somehow, and call me a hater if you want, the idea that there could still be a 1 at the end of Mayweather's record might be enough for me to pay like $50 to go watch it.
Yeah.
And it's what always was the thing that kind of roped those of us who aren't really Mayweather people in. Just the thought that his perfect record could be blemished. My question for you is, what is in it for Floyd? Like, why does he come back now?
Oh, well, I mean, we talked a little bit about this, Travis, and it was speculation.
Yeah.
Are there money issues?
Can there be
money?
The
dude lives large. I mean, he's out there. I mean, he is famous with how he likes to flaunt his money, how many cars he owns, how many spots he owns, how much money he's just flaunting out there at the clubs. It's hard to imagine that he could lose it. I'm trying to look up his career earnings.
I think he's made $1 billion.
Right. So how can that possibly be? There's also the chance that he likes this lifestyle and wants to keep it going, and this helps him maintain that lifestyle.
Right.
I also think, and this is where I think if I had the ability to do it, I think it's really hard to hang it up. Yeah. Like, if I could have played football longer, I would have.
Yeah.
And I think, absolutely. I wanted, and I was young. I was only 30. I felt like I had more good years left in me.
Sure.
And there's an adrenaline, a rush,
Can't replicate
feeling
it any
of
other way.
purpose,
Yeah.
you know, that you're trying to accomplish something.
Sure.
That might be it. Floyd may just not want to hang it up. And we saw Foreman go for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, now I thought he was more effective and was great because of his size and stuff. But I mean, why do we treat Floyd any differently?
What you think about what Foreman's game was predicated on, just that one big power shot, and I think that's the last thing to leave you.
Right.
And he was able to knock a head off, I think, until the end. I think he was the champion at 45, right?
Yeah.
Mayweather's thing is, see, the thing about Mayweather that always drove me crazy, I thought he cherry-picked guys. I never thought he fought the guys that had a shot when they had a shot, right?
This ain't going to do anything to change that.
No.
Right.
Grabbed Canelo super young. I don't think he was ready just yet. Grabbed Pacquiao 5 years after I thought they should have fought. Now they're going to do it again. But again, man, just the thought that he could put his unblemished record at in jeopardy is kind of crazy.
Yeah. 1.1 to 1.2 billion in total career earnings.
Not
So
too shabby.
I really hope he's not in financial distress, but you never know. Some bad investments, you'd load up big. But we'll see. The other fight that I am a little more intrigued by is actually on the women's side in UFC. Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. I haven't seen either one of them. When was the last time they fought? It's been a minute, right?
Well, Ronda Rousey got erased in about 40 seconds by Amanda Nunes about 8 or 9 years ago. And she sort of like made a decision to kind of just retreat. And then she kind of got back into the spotlight, I'd say about 2 years ago, but none of it has been positive. Like she seemed bitter and she seemed upset about the way the UFC handled her, about the way WWE handled her, and she seems like she almost feels like she's owed something. So for the longest time, she's become like a real heel amongst like fight fans now.
And
like
she's taking shots at Dana White, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And she said before, like, I think I don't go back to the UFC because I'm afraid if I go there, they're going to boo me. Well, they don't boo you because of your performance, because what we've seen from guys before, like Conor lost, but he lost graciously. Right? Rousey lost and she kind of tucked tail, disappeared, and then started talking bad about fans and stuff. So it's an interesting one. I think actually Gina Carano, she's like a sweetheart. I've talked to Gina on Twitter a bunch of times. She's gone into a real successful acting career. Yep. If you're familiar with it, she lost her role in Star Wars a couple of years ago with
Mandalorian,
Disney,
right?
Right, because of her political beliefs. So I think a lot of people over the last couple of years have really gotten on Gina's side. So I think if they actually pitch it like heel versus babyface, almost like a wrestling thing, they can probably sell some fights. And I think I'd watch it.
I would.
Yeah.
I want to see him go at it. It is happening for sure.
Yep.
Rousey is 39.
Yep.
Serrano is 43.
Yep.
So, you know, they're up there in age as well, but they're definitely better than seeing a 49-year-old Floyd fight against 47-year-old Manny Pacquiao.
Totally. And
I think they'll both be fresh. Like neither one of them have fought in a long time.
For sure. And I think maybe the guys in the back are Magic. They might be able to find it. I think they're loading up the undercard because if I'm not mistaken, I think this is Jake Paul's Fed. So my understanding is that they went to, because there's like a famous clip that Ronda put out this week. It went pretty viral. Is I went to Dana to try to get this done, and he really didn't seem like he wanted to do business like that. And then Ronda Rousey came out and said something like, Dana White doesn't want to put on the best fights anymore, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how delusional are you to think that you would be anywhere near a card like with the best fights on it right now, right? So I'm not sure, but I think that there's supposed to be a decent fight on the undercard as well. Maybe I'm wrong, but I could. Let's see what it says. Anderson Silva versus Weidman. I don't know if that's correct, but if that's true, that's kind of crazy. That would be nuts.
Yes.
Yeah. No. These are ones that I think people would like dream to see.
Right.
But I
Dream
thought I
matchup.
saw one more that actually was like being discussed to be put on there with some decent names. And yeah, again, man, I think I'd watch it just because I'd want to see what they have left in the tank. I'd want to see if Ronda's game has evolved at all.
Yep.
Because they kind of gave the impression they thought she was like a big time striker at the end, and Nunes picked her apart. So I'd like to see if she's improved in that. And I think it'd be fun, man. I think Gina sort of left kind of out of nowhere to move into Hollywood, and she did a great job with that. So to see if she can, lock herself back in.
I'm curious. I want to see how it goes. The other fight that we talked a little bit about last week, and it's kind of crazy because I guess Floyd is using this as a tune-up because this one's in April against Mike Tyson. Again, does nothing for me. No. This is the one that is an exhibition, but I wonder if the Pacquiao is going to be an exhibition. That one's in September at the Sphere in Las Vegas, by the way. Yeah, which would be pretty insane.
I mean, this one has to be an exhibition, right?
Yes,
because
this
one
is a
220-pound man,
right?
Like 140.
But again, why do I want to watch that? Other than the spectacle of it. I actually was more curious to watch Jake Paul fight Mike Tyson because I was like, oh, maybe Jake Paul could land one punch.
Yeah, I think that's what intrigued me about Conor too. Like, there's something to wanting to see if these guys can transition these skills over and see if there's anything there. Like, Conor was known as maybe the best striker at the time in his, in his weight class and stuff. So see if he can come over and make some noise. And knowing that he had a power left, and we've never seen Mayweather caught before, we thought maybe there was something there. Like, that one I could not possibly care less about. And you know why? Because I think that if they would have let Mike Tyson go full bore against the Paul brother that he fought, was it Jake? I think I'd be more interested in this, but like, the impression that they gave me is he's got nothing left. So, I mean, I watched him not throw punches and dance around for a bunch of rounds. So I don't really care very much about it right now, but
yeah.